What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Third and Longhorn postgame show. I am joined today by Lifetime Longhorns, Jeremy Hills, and we have another Hills in the house today, Tony Hills. Also, my man Mark Higgins is over there too, kind of checking us on the stats. What's up, man? And Derrick Joe handled things on the operating, running it. If you guys, we are recapping number 20 Texas's 34-31 victory over number 9 Vanderbilt today. And welcome to everybody who's listening on 1300 The Zone, everybody who's streaming. If you have questions, comments, anything, go ahead and put those into the chat. We'll try to get to those. If you want to do a super chat and pay, we'll make sure that goes in Derrick Joe's pocket, who volunteers on this thing. So we appreciate y'all. We'll get to those in a bit. But guys, let's start breaking it down. This was a huge win for the Longhorns, right? Like, we control our own destiny. We all talked about this before the game, and this is a top 10 team coming into the stadium. Texas hasn't won a game at home against the top 10 team since 2016.
Almost 10 years.
So that's a big one. Yeah. But let's break it down. Let's get to, we got 2 offensive guys today, but Jeremy, I'm going to let you I was going to say Hills, but that doesn't work today. Yeah. But Jeremy, let's give us your quick thoughts on the game today.
First of all, I can't talk enough about Arch today, right? Like,
First off, welcome back to everyone who fired Sark and benched Arch. Welcome back.
We missed you guys.
Yeah, we love you.
We missed you guys.
We'll welcome you back with open arms.
Absolutely. But no, like, listen, they kept him clean, and he rewarded that from beginning to end, literally from the first play of the game to the end of the game. Arch played a phenomenal game. I think he went 25 of 33, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like, that type of stat line wins football games, right? And it opened up the run. You started to see Wisner get going a little bit. And I'll let Tony get into that, but you can tell we're still kind of shifting that offensive line. I think today they may have found one that they want to just see how this grows and works. Because, be honest, go look at the Missouri game, you look at the Vanderbilt, you look at the LSU game, you look at the South Carolina game. Vanderbilt up front, especially on the edges, has created problems for people. They have created some issues for people. And today, Arch was clean. He was clean, and he rewarded. He missed high early to Mosley. He missed again on that, like, I think the very next play, he was on a sprint out, didn't see anybody, tried to throw it kind of back across the field on the one after Colin got the fumble recovery. So he's 25 of 33, and those are 2 right there. So for the other 58 minutes of the football game, this guy was ice. He was money. And it's not like it was just dink and dunk the whole time. It was intermediate. It was deep. It should have been another one on a touchdown, but, like, that's not on him. He put the ball right where it needed to be. I'm looking at Arch.
Would have made a difference too, even though there was no contact on Mosley on that play.
No contact.
But go ahead.
No contact
we won't
at
talk
all.
about the refs today.
This was the most complete game that I've seen from number 16. Yeah. And for us to not even know if he was going to play coming into this game, because he got rocked last week. So for us to not even know if he's going to play, not only did he play, he led us to victory today. Like, I can't say enough about Arch. I love what I've seen up front from the offensive line. This was a dang good win. This was a needed win and a dang good win for Texas. Like we said pregame, everything is in their control, and they controlled it today.
Yeah. Well, Tony, you had some great stuff to say about the things you saw shifted and what we changed going into today. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, man, I've been, I don't know, I might have one of them viral clip moments going out.
No. We're not doing no viral clips here, buddy.
No, I'm saying like I've been pretty harsh on Sark as it pertains to the way that he was structuring the play calls, right? Okay. And what I talked about is when you have this offensive line that's trying to figure it out, you can't get fancy. You have to simplify it. You have to understand, like, if I'm a guy that's really trying to grow in this space, I need to understand what my assignment is to allow me to play fast. I know Sark likes to do a lot of motions, formations, and shifts and things like that to be able to, the window dressing. But what happens, and I've talked about this before, is when you do those type of things, it changes ID movement. So if we miss an ID movement, we're supposed to make a lefty call and bring the ID point back to the left. And
what's the ID point for those?
So like usually what happens is the offensive line are responsible for 4 down and the mic, right? Or if you're playing a 3-down team, you'll call somebody that's standing up a down lineman, right? So we still want to get our 5 on their 5, right? So what happens is a lot of times with those formation shifts is that we might miss an ID. If we're going to the right and we ID a mic to the right, but then we run a formation that puts them back to the backside and we don't shift it, we're wrong.
And what happens there?
Well, you leave those guys open, and that's how we have that pressure, the pressure that you were talking about. What I say all that to say this: now we make the shift. What do? We have Robinson in the game, who's really a starting center, right? And now you put in Hudson, who is the starting center. So now you have two guys that understand how to ID check properly. And they're good players. So it's like you having two coaches on the offensive line.
And you got DJ Campbell still right there.
Right there. So now you got dogs, right? And so here's the thing too. I talk about this, and you made fun of me, right? The 1960 power no puller.
Yeah, man.
Right. But listen, that's your play. That's what they are. Big humans on big humans. When you look at it and you go back and watch that play, 3 to 4 yards a pop on first down every time they run it. That allows you to do certain things on second, and you still have a third and short, right? So they're finding themselves in this particular space. So I like what I saw from the offensive line, and I like what I saw from Sark as it pertains to his continuity and his calling. He went horizontal, but he started running things down north. He started taking deep shots, opening them up. And Arch, man, what you said, 25 for 33, that's freaking phenomenal. This is by far, we can agree that this is the best game.
This is right? Just start to finish.
Yeah,
absolutely. Not even close.
So everything is happening for the offense, right, at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. So now we have to see, can we take this back with this bye week that we have, take all of the good things, continue to work on that, and continue to build our identity on a game like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we are recapping number 20 Texas's 34-31 victory over number 9 Vanderbilt. Okay, we covered it a little bit already with the offense. I know. We, like I said, we got 2 offensive guys, so I knew we weren't gonna talk much about the defense. We'll get to the defense in a second, but talk to me about what you saw from this passing game, from these receivers. Look, it was great way to start the game. Yeah. Wingo on the first play, it houses it, but then gets injured, and so you needed your other guys to step up. And they did. So talk to me about what you saw on the offense.
It was, I think I heard the announcer say either 9 or 10 guys had a reception today.
Yep.
Like that is one. Again, let's it starts at the top. Sark, you are calling. We're not just dialing up for one guy.
Yeah.
Right. We're dialing up based on what we're seeing and how we prepare, and then how we're adjusting in game. And then QB1. Your eyes, oh my gosh, his eyes were in the right place today. One of my favorite plays, backed up, 3rd and medium. I think it was either 3rd and 5 or 4. And his eyes started to the right, didn't like what he seen, came back to the middle, didn't like what he seen, had the check down here, but had the end breaker with Mosley, threw it right over the check down on the money. Like that's pro level stuff.
Yep.
That's pro level stuff. And he had the time to do it. And that's why I'm like, it all plays a role. Like, there's no job that's too small. There's no job that's too big. It all plays a role together, right? And we've seen that throughout the game. He was hitting everybody. Tight ends got involved. Mosley had a great game, right? Wingo obviously went crazy before he had a little nick up or whatever. You look at Moore stepping up on some big ones. The outbreaking route that he had on 3rd down, a beautiful catch that he had. Big catch. Like, these are pivotal times where we have to have it, and we got it. It wasn't honestly until late. It got a little sloppy for us. 3rd and medium, 3rd and short turns into a 3rd and medium that turns into a 4th and long. We can't have that, right? And I'll argue that it was more encroachment than it was a false start, especially if you come into that zone and a lineman touches you. That's supposed to be 5 yards the other way. It was 4th and 6 when he tried to get that call. We get that call as 4th and 1. I think Sark maybe goes for that.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? This is when it was a 10-point game, right? Who knows what happens right there? But instead, you're sitting at 4th and 16 at some point, right? You had 2 back-to-back false starts. We can't have that. So that's definitely during this bye week, like you talked about, T, that has to get cleaned up. Those are the things where, hey, those type of plays can make a beautiful performance like today, like, obsolete.
Correct.
Like, if you do that too much, and then some other things don't happen in our favor, aka a 2-point conversion that's not really converted, because those are the things you can't control.
But once we're done with offense and defense, we'll spend about a couple minutes on the officiating.
real quick, I say Hills, but now I can't say that today.
Yeah.
Jeremy, 10 guys.
10 guys had a catch today.
Yep.
That's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
That is phenomenal. You know what that is? That is great offensive football. That's not, don't get me wrong, guys are stepping up, but everybody's stepping up when their number is called. That lets me know that everybody's running their route to the best of their ability. They're focused, they're locked in, and QB1 is finding them.
Yeah.
Because the ball is being spread. Like, what are you supposed to do? It's not just one guy.
Yeah, you don't know who.
You stop Wingo, we go to Mosley. Stop Mosley, we go to Moore. You stop Moore, we go to Humphrey. Like, he's checking it down to the back. Baxter caught a touchdown today.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Everybody is chipping in, doing what they're supposed to do. That's letting me know, like, this is, you talked about T hitting their stride.
Correct.
This was a massive step forward.
Well, you see a couple of things too. One of the things that I liked is, a lot of times we see RPO action, we see back to the ball on counter play action fakes and things of that nature. I like the fact that he's letting Art sit back there and just look in front of him, keep his eyes in front of him to be able to see those guys. Of course, time does make the difference. We know that, right? He's able to find the people that's in the open routes. But when you look at what Arch was able to do today, I think he just felt comfortable. Well, he is at home. I mean, he's been on that plays a factor. On the road for a month, right? It's a little different rhythm when you're at the house. You know what I mean? So that helps as well. But one of the things that I like to see here is that we got the tight end involved in the passing game as well, right? And we can't sleep on that. That middle of the field is open. We
haven't called Andrew's name in a while.
And that's a walking first down if you do it right. So
look at Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they
the
went
tight
to
end,
their guy.
yeah, they did.
They went to
the tight end plays a game, but I think it's all encompassing. I just think offensively, of course, we have the false start and things of that nature. There's always things you're going to have to clean up, but I think all in all, this offense was the offense that we were expecting to see from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And now that we've kind of, like I said, found something to grow on, we're still growing in it, right? We had a great game as it pertains to putting up the points. We had a great game as it pertains to how we spread the ball around. I like the 100 yards rushing. I like 18 carries for Wiseman. I think that's his carry lane. I like the selection of runs that we had, hard, tough yards. I like that type of physical football because one of the things we talk about when we talk about time, Nick, is when defenses are having to hold you up from big time runs, right? Quarter in and quarter out, right? That pass rush starts to slow down. Why? Because they're losing their legs.
Yeah.
I've been having to carry this big back and hold up these offensive linemen for so long. Now that pass rush is not as explosive. And with Arch, now that he has everything in front of him, he doesn't have to. He still has the ability to use his legs when he needs to. Yeah. Right. And so now you just can't. Your legs are done. Now the running game is a factor. Arch is hitting everything and seeing everything in stride. It's all moving in the upward trajectory.
And he's seeing it.
Correct.
He's seeing it, and then like the next step up from seeing it is, all right, is he getting it there?
Is he getting it
today?
There?
He was seeing it and getting it there. And you talk about making a defense frustrated. We send 3 and we drop 8, and he's finding the holes.
Yep.
We try to heat him up on the plus side of the field. I think it was like a 3rd and medium early in the game. We try to heat him up. We try to bring 2 off the edge.
Yep.
He stands in there. He doesn't fade away from the rush. He stands in there like a soldier and throws a dart to injuries.
Yep.
Right, like injuries, and he's so smart. As soon as he cleared the blitzers, he broke his route down. Present your numbers is what they say.
Yeah.
Quarterback, I'm available. I am ready to receive the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And Arch threw a dart to him low, make sure that he don't getting up. He's a big old boy, so you make sure that he not getting up high. Man, when that ball's going over the middle, worst thing that can happen is you throw it high, it gets tipped, and now you don't know what's going to happen with it. But he threw it low, boom, he catches it, he turns around, falls down, first down.
Yep.
I'm like, this is high level offensive football.
Absolutely.
This is better than efficient.
Absolutely.
This is better than we can work with this. This is better than that's good. That's high level offensive football. No matter what you do as a defense, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And when you think that we're not going to turn around and hand the ball off, we are.
We have the ability to do so. Yeah.
Well, and you saw, and we knew this was going to be the case. We knew we were going to do everything we could to keep Arch clean this game because of what he was recovering from.
Yeah.
We did not run Arch, and honestly, the offense looked a little bit better without that Arch run in there. And I think teams have come to expect that so much that it's becoming a little easy to read. And I think that not having that today, I really like that we concentrated more on Trey and let him go.
I don't think the plan was to run Arch in the very beginning.
No,
the offense was so stagnant.
That's fair.
We had to implement that in order to try to create an offensive advantage and stay on the field. Remember, we weren't able to stay on the field.
Yeah, no.
Right? But ideally, I think if you ask most coaches and coordinators that are calling play, I don't want to run my quarterback. That's not what I want
because
to
of
do.
What can happen like last week.
Exactly. So, no, it was a beautifully called game. It was a better executed game plan. Like the game plan today was executed from the beginning to just about the end.
You know, one thing I want to talk on real quick before we move on to another segment is I like the fact that the offensive line figured out how they were being attacked. Zero blitz, right? That's when they're bringing everybody, cross dogs in the middle, meaning linebackers are crossing to hit the different gaps. You bring in a safety down the chute, right? And that's the read. That's the quarterback's read. That was getting home on us. I saw Vanderbilt run that play twice, and twice we struck them deep, right? And so they stopped running it. What you put on tape is an identity of who you are until you fix it. So today, I saw the offensive line fix those things that they were being hounded with the weeks before. So I love the fact that they took that coaching and executed it on the field. To your point, high efficiency level football is when we can say, okay, hey, this is where they're hitting us at. We got to be able to pick this up when we see it. And you can see the identification. When you see Baker throwing his arm up like this, he's letting you know, hey, something's coming, right? So those are the signals that we talk about, which are easier to be picked up at home.
At home.
Yep.
But like, you're right. And if you notice over the past couple of weeks, what have we seen? Everybody and anybody that's played Texas has felt like they were hunting.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
These guys were sending the house at us, and you were seeing Arch run for his life.
Yep.
Right. That wasn't the case today.
Yeah.
How many times did they get home today? How many times did we get sacked?
0.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, like, bro, you sending 0 blitz, you can't get there, and the quarterback got a 75% completion percent, throwing for 328 yards and 3 tutties and not turning the ball over. How many turnovers do we have, Higgs?
0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
There is not, like I said, you play this level of football. This is a high level of football. You play like that, there's nothing they can do to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Nothing
post
they
game
can do
Sark
to be
talked about.
right.
He said it's the best protection Arch has had all year.
It is by far. And I mean, some of my passion or frustration has been like, and I'm sure it's a lot of people's, but don't get me wrong, the kid has missed some throws. I'm saying, let's see what happens when he can develop with time.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it being rushed, being sped up, and he hasn't had a chance this year. I mean, with the number over 60% of his plays pressured, like that's
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like that's hard to, like, no person can react like that. Well, let's put a bow on the offense. 428 total yards, 328 passing yards, 100 yards rushing. We mentioned it. Arch was 25 of 33, 328 yards and 3 touchdowns, a 9.9 yard average per play. Trey was 18 carries, 75 yards, 4.2 yards a carry and 1 touchdown. CJ had 7 carries for 22 yards, and Arch had 1 carry for 4. Let's get in. This is going to take me a while. Ryan Wingo, 2 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. Mosley, 7 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Moore, 3 catches, 49 yards. Trey, 2 catches, 28. Endries, 3 catches, 24. Parker, 2 catches, 21. Niblett, 2 catches, 19. McCutcheon, 2 catches, 18. CJ, one catch for 6 yards and a touchdown. And Jordan Washington with 1 catch for 5 yards. Big day for the offense, but let's get over to the defense. And as we get into this, I've seen a lot of comments popping in here about how PK is overrated. PK is not a good defensive coordinator. Guys, we have to stop with the extremes like this. We have one of the best defensive coordinators in college football week in and week out. Just look over the years. He's not unconventional defensive coordinator, but our goal this game, you could tell, was to take Vanderbilt out of what they wanted to do, which is control the ball, run the ball. They had 13 carries for 14 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
That was their rushing, and we forced them into being a passing team. I'll take my chances on Diego Pavia being a drop back passer. Granted, they had it. They did what they needed to at the end of the game when they were pressing on us.
The last 5 minutes of the game, Vanderbilt, they turned it on and we didn't match it.
And mind you, we were pretty deep in the depth chart there on the defensive back, and that's not making an excuse for it. It's just actually what was happening. But Vanderbilt ended up with 423 yards, 365 yards passing, 58 yards rushing. That's a team that wants to run the ball.
Yeah.
238 were in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, there you go.
238 of their total yards were in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
I mean, that's desperation mode. That's not we didn't step on the neck the way that we should have.
Yeah.
Higgs, I'm curious, whenever you get a chance, can you tell me like what Vanderbilt's season average is for rushing yards? Because you said we gave up 58 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They run the ball.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what they hang their hat on.
Yeah. If I remember from the pregame show, I think it was 150 or 175 yards a game. At least it might have been 200. Like they run the ball.
I'm saying.
So
yeah.
But let's give me your quick thoughts on the defense. Obviously, Diego Pavia had been sacked 7 times this season. Texas sacked him 6 times
and
today.
Forced a fumble
And
recovered the
Colin Simmons with the
Colin Simmons went crazy
beast play. Like not only sacking him, one arm strips it, recovers it.
Yeah.
Like that was, and we haven't talked a little bit about this, but not having Jelani McDonald went down with an injury. We don't know what it was. I have seen speculation. It looked like a concussion, something like that. I don't want to, like tell you what it was because I don't know.
Right.
But he definitely came back in street clothes for the second half. Not having Taff, that hurts. So this is a great time for our bye week. But give me your quick thoughts, Jeremy. On
real quick, Hills, before we do that. Before coming into this game, Vandy averaged 203 yards.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
We took away their identity.
And they've played Missouri.
Mhm.
They've played LSU.
Mhm.
They played South Carolina.
Alabama.
They've played Alabama.
Yep.
Like this,
They played some good defense.
They've played some
Absolutely.
defense.
They run the ball.
They
And we
play.
took them out of what they wanted to do.
And that's why you were up, 20 plus points
Correct.
late in the game. Now we gotta finish.
Yeah, 100.
And I'm sure that's what's going to be talked about over the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We have to finish.
Yeah.
Right. Because fourth and 19, I want to say,
Yep.
from their own 2-yard line.
That can't happen.
That does not turn into points for them later in a drive. That drive is over.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to
drive and game should be over.
that drive in that game is over. That's first and goal from the 2-yard line, Texas.
Yeah.
Like that game that needs to be over. Now, for of a 60-minute football contest, let's say 55 minutes looked really good.
Yep.
55 minutes looked really good. We looked fast. We looked physical. We knew we were assignment sound. We were gap sound. I love that our rushers did what Oak said. They stayed on their feet and they rushed with gap integrity.
Mhm.
Papia didn't have anywhere to go. Most of the times, if you think of some of these sacks, he was stepping up, trying to make magic happen, and we would have a guy fold in and sack him. Right? That's guys that are playing with their eyes and they're playing with their hands. They're not just out here just
running past the
running past
yeah,
them and anything
absolutely.
like this. It was intelligent football from your front four.
Yeah.
On the back end, they did what they needed to do, and then we bowled up every time we needed to. They had one good drive in the second quarter. I think it was like 6 minutes, 51 seconds, something like that.
Mhm.
And I mean, they ate up. They played their style of football. They
Right.
ate up 7 minutes of clock and ended with 7 points on the board.
Yeah.
Right. That was the one and only time that style of drive happened.
Yep.
Right. Another time we had the busted 67-yarder, and then we had the collapse late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
right.
That collapse was already was showing a little bit, right? When they went in on that 6-minute drive and they were able to punch that in, the reason why Sark got so upset was the simple fact that you could tell that was an assignment bust.
Yeah.
So those lapses were showing in the game, even through that dominance. Make no mistake about it. They had you remove that 5-minute window, they had a dominant game, but the lapses were showing. And what happened was, it was like, now it all compounded within that 5 minutes, that 5-minute stance. Now it probably youth, right? But that's no excuse. Like, if it's this next man up, right? At the end of the day, it's no excuses, no excuses, no explanations. It's only results. If you're out there, you got to get it done.
Yeah.
And so you started seeing like letting guys get behind them, and now we got deep shots and things like that. You can't do that. That's football 1-on-1. So we'll clean that up. We'll get where we need to go. I know PK is gonna he's gonna go nuts on them, but
The one that I'm sure is going to keep them up at night is like, listen, we got a 3-score lead.
yeah,
Clock
Can't
is
do
on
it.
our side.
can't do it.
Especially
Well,
after
We're home,
we
especially after
miss
last week.
We miss
At
a
home.
field goal.
Yeah.
We miss a field goal, and then it is pure communication.
Yeah,
Corner is dropping.
And
He
points of
sees the guy run past him, and he's alerting the safety. Like, hey, you got him. Safety didn't get the alert. There was some miscommunication right there. Now, I know it started raining out. Signals can get a little, but I don't know. I don't know. There was a call drop somewhere.
Not sure it works that way.
There was a call drop somewhere. No, my point is that like those 67 yards with no one within 25 yards of you catching and running cannot happen.
Yeah.
For a team that has the type of goals that we have.
Mm.
That is unacceptable.
Let me ask you this: do you think that there was a coverage shift because you're trying to play the clock as well? So you're calling certain things that it'll give up. You envision it giving up some yards. You don't envision it giving up that, because you're wanting to play the clock and to dwindle that clock down. Because when the way the offense is humming, we can get out here. We can really get into this 4-minute offense and get this game over with.
One of my really good friends, we play ball together at Texas. His name is Benjamin Wells. He's the director of player personnel at Texas State.
Mhm.
He was a heck of a defensive coordinator at the high school level.
Yeah.
And I'm always talking defensive ball with him, and it's like you're always gonna be susceptible to something, no matter what you call.
Mhm.
But in this type of situation, what I imagine is we're saying no matter what, we're taking away X.
Yeah.
And X is bombs that way.
Yeah.
Right? They got to prove to me that they can go 10, 12, 13 yards down this field, not make any mistakes, not get any penalties, not get beat by our defensive line.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can't run the football. They have to prove to me that they're going to march down this field and go put up 7.
Yeah.
What we can't have is that.
Yeah.
Right? Takes 10 seconds off the clock and 7 seconds off the score. 7 points off the scoreboard quick for us. So, we can't have that. We can't have that. Another thing we can't have is a 2-point conversion that's not a 2-point conversion turn into 2 points.
Yeah.
With a ref who was positive that was a 2-point conversion.
That was the fastest I've seen hands go up.
His hands were up before he even got it. Well, which he never crossed. But anyways, but
I think another thing we can't have is that crew working in football.
I agree.
On
I
Saturdays.
second that.
Hey, I will. Okay, let's get into it. Let's
we did offense, defense. Now we're going to do the rest thing.
Battery in his back.
I am going.
in his back.
I am not a ref person, but twice this year, I have seen officiating crews that were appalling.
Yeah.
And that Auburn Georgia game was one of the worst.
Right before the half.
I've ever
Before the
seen.
half.
By the way, that they swung that entire game around. You can see me get mad here, but that was the first time I have lost my mind about an officiating crew. Today was the second.
Yeah.
And that, by the way, that Georgia Auburn crew got removed.
Yeah, they did.
And by the way,
Yeah,
this
they did.
crew, that was egregious.
Yeah.
Like there were so many moments where, you don't see Sark lose it that much. And he was losing it over and over again at the officials because where do we want to start? Diego Pavia's magical, whatever that was, 19-yard run where 2 guys got tackled in the backfield. Emmett Mosley's pass where he ended up touching the ground, but the guy's holding him with both hands.
Yep.
Like the offsides call you were talking about that they called a false start when they jumped across, our guy made contact, and because he jumped across, the 2-point conversion, and by the way, I thought we were going to have to walk on the field to get him to call that hold on Trey Moore that they finally called. And just ridiculous. And I'm not blaming this on the refs, but this game wasn't that close.
I'd say this.
Man, Rob Babers would be so proud of Nick right now.
Rob Babers. Shout out Rob.
Nick's
Come on,
rant.
Rod.
I'm doing
Shout
it
out Rob
in
B.
honor of Rob B, man. That's Nick's rant. And I do, I see people saying, hey, you guys just, we're not saying anything bad about Texas. Yeah, we did. We blew coverage.
Oh,
we did not play like we should at the end. The defense did not do their best. That is readily apparent. But we're not going to sit here and our content's never going to be fire the coach right now. That is never going to be us because
I don't
we're
wanna
going to analyze the game.
I don't want to fire the coach that's 7-2 with everything still in front of them going into a bye week. Wait.
Yeah.
Being one of 2 programs with 2 top 10 wins. That's not the coach I want to fire.
Man,
that's not the one I want to fire.
Knee-jerk reaction, man. This is the issue that you have with the game as the way it's played now, man. Like back in the day, Mac, he'd have his time, right? At the end of the day, we'd have games that we'd drop and you'd say certain things, but it was never like, hey, let's get this man out of here right now. Right?
Yeah.
The knee-jerk reaction of the social media era, man, for everything, to me, I feel like that's the reason why a lot of that stuff happens, because they're not looking at what's happening. For me, my complaint with Sark was never, we need to fire him or let's bench Art.
Right.
It was, hey, let's do the things that they do well. And we gotta pull back a little bit on the stuff that we want to do, right? That's what it was. When you're talking about fire, do we forget what we were prior to him coming here? Because I don't.
That's the part.
I don't. Like, I literally lived being the last lineman drafted for a decade from the University of Texas. I don't want to relive that.
Yeah.
Right. So we have players, we have the guys. It's just because we have these expectations and we know that these guys can do the job. That's all we're saying. But to talk about firing coaches, man, that's preposterous, man. That's ridiculous. And I don't really pay attention to any of that because 9 times out of 10, the person that's typing on that keyboard is probably living with his mom anyway. So I don't. That's the end of that.
But in a conference, mind you, where every week you are playing against some of the best. There is not a better, Big Ten, come at me. There's not a conference that's anywhere near the SEC.
No.
Like it is, and week in and week out, you're playing that. So defensive coordinators, if you're dreaming that our defensive coordinator is going to hold the team under 100 yards and get 3 points that game, it's generally not going to happen. Like the talent on both sides of the ball, this is professional level.
Yeah.
Like
It's the number 9 team in the country.
That's like
They're the number 9
the part,
team.
The part that's throwing
they're
me off
good.
is I'm
They're
like
Vanderbilt.
I'm like,
old.
hey, y'all know Vanderbilt's good, right?
Yeah.
Like y'all know Vanderbilt can play some football, right? But that said,
I'm not sure people believe it.
like looking at that, Higgs, how many teams right now in college football have more than one win against a top 10 opponent?
It's just Indiana, isn't it?
Well, it's just Indiana.
It's Texas and Indiana.
Oregon and
Yes.
Illinois.
Okay,
That's who they beat.
so it's Texas and Indiana, and our 2 wins have come against Oklahoma, and it's come against Vanderbilt now.
Correct.
And we got a bye week, and then we got Georgia, Arkansas, and little brother.
Can I get
Right.
back on my podium?
So you're going to say we're going to have 4 then?
What I'm saying is, like guys,
Yeah.
what Aaron Rodgers used to always say, relax.
Yeah.
Relax. Like the biggest concern that we've had for 2 months has seemed to take a massive
Correct.
step in the right direction of being solved.
All those games we're mad about,
I'm telling you,
3 wins.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I can get this or something like it, something that resembles this for the next month, I ain't worried about that defense.
No.
That like the leaky yardage and the bust in the back. Like, listen, that's gonna get cleaned up. That is going to get cleaned up. This same defense has held you down for 2 straight months.
Correct.
When we couldn't figure out how to tie our shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, let's relax for a second, give them some grace, fix what needs to be fixed, get the heart and soul of our team and Michael Taft back on the field,
Correct.
right? Let these guys body, mind you, they've been in 2 straight overtime games before this one, and then a physical Vanderbilt team,
Yeah.
right? This is the gauntlet of the SEC. It's what we signed up for. All I'm saying is you're 7-2.
Yeah.
And you just came off a top 10 win at home, the first since 2016. It ain't like these things come every other weekend.
Well, there's another part to that too. Like we got to remember, man, that football is a 3-part game. And so for the past few months, it's been 2 parts that's been holding 1 part up. So now the 1 part stepped up and we still got the win. So it's like there's a lot of positives to look at in this game, right? Like there was going to be a game where the offense had to say to the defense at some point, hey, we know y'all not doing what y'all need to do right now, but we got you.
Got you. Yeah.
Today was that game. And
Colin talked about that. Colin Simmons talked about that.
Yeah.
He didn't even hesitate.
Yeah.
Well, I do need to address, like, I'm a huge fan of Diego Pavia. I think he's a gamer.
Yeah.
I think he plays hard. I think but the whole underdog thing works when you're an underdog. And when you're the number 9 team in the nation, you're like coming in, like trying to make up this kind of stuff. His quote before the game about this being Louis Vuitton versus the junkyard. Hey, bro, if you've set foot on Vanderbilt's campus, this doesn't work. It is $90,000 a year to go to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
You, my friend, are Louis Vuitton. And I get what you're saying, but by the way, the tuition at Texas, $11,000 for in-state.
Yeah.
So don't give me that.
I think it's Louis Vuitton versus Prada.
Yeah, that's what it is. Louis Vuitton versus Prada.
Get out of here with the most expensive school.
The thing is like I'm not mad at QB1 finding an edge, and you can tell that when you listen to the head coach, like he's echoing what's being told by the head coach, right? You can
I
definitely.
love that team, by the way.
I think Vanderbilt's dope.
Yeah.
I think that I hope they go on and win everything else they do this year.
And if Diego Pavia was our quarterback, we would be like, that guy's awesome.
Right,
He's
right.
tough as hell.
Right,
We
and
want
he's a
that guy.
tough kid.
Absolutely.
Like let's
Bam Bam Sam.
be clear. Let's be clear. Like if you're Pavia, you're on the road against Texas, packed out stadium, getting beat up for 4 straight quarters.
Yeah.
Sacked 6 times. You done fumbled the football. Can't get the running game going. You ain't did nothing, and you're down 3 scores with the ball, and you figure out a way to make this a game.
He put his cape on.
So, like, I'm gonna give Pavia his credit.
He's the one you hate to play, but you love to have.
Yeah,
And even that's another penalty where he dragged Phil Simi down, and they called Phil Simi. The refs just fell for it, hands down.
But that was a smart football.
That was a smart
but he's a smart player.
But and to your point earlier with the refs, Major Applewhite used to always say, "Don't leave a game in the hands of the zebras."
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So like that, we'll take that one on the chin too. But I will say the judgment calls that are being missed one way or the other, that happens. But on some of the stuff that you have the opportunity to review and basically say, hey, we took a second look and actually this happened.
Correct.
AKA the 2-point conversion. I can't get over that because it's really bothering me to my core.
Well, Jeremy,
I
looked it up. 2201 Richard Arrington Jr. Boulevard in Birmingham, Alabama. That's the SEC headquarters. I think the tape is probably on its way.
Sark's already postmarking that one.
This is mind blowing. I'm like, hey, y'all showed 7 angles, and there isn't one that suggests that the call should be upheld.
Yeah,
and somehow you decided, well, we're gonna stick with it.
But the force with which that guy raised his arms,
I think
without even hesitating.
He's more mad at the fact that he didn't even think about it, right?
He didn't. There, like that was a close play. I mean, my eyes would have been down there. Like,
yeah.
Did it go?
I would have been. You'd have been better to see the refs huddle up real quick.
Yeah,
100. I'd have been okay with that.
Yeah. But
instead, this dude was positive, and it's right in front of his face.
Those are the ones where I'm just like, all right, fellas. Like again, judgment calls.
Correct.
Was that holding? Wasn't that holding? Like, was that face mask? Wasn't that face mask? Did he get the face mask? Was it high on the? Was it the helmet? Like, it's football, man. Stuff's gonna happen. Y'all had to. You actually paused the game and looked at that. You went in a little box deal, and you came out and said, "Yep, I was right."
But the problem is, it's not just them. They have people up there that are also looking at it.
Yeah.
So the people that are up there that are talking to the refs in the box also said,
but
yeah, it's good.
If you call it wrong on the field, it changes the way they can overturn that call. And that's why you need to be responsible in a situation like that and actually watch the dang thing. And that's I mean,
that one. It goes back to what Jay said, man. As athletes, man, like we just know we're not going to give the refs the opportunity to change.
And we didn't take care of business at the end whether we needed to, and we didn't get the onside kick at the end we needed to, and we let fate take its course. Thank the Lord it was on our side today.
We can thank for those extra raindrops.
Yeah, seriously, squirt that thing out.
I was standing. We were at Pluckers watching it before. We finished watching it there, and I'm looking and I'm like, wow. Vanderbilt would have recovered it, but the other kid knocked it out the other kid's hand and it went out of bounds. I'm like, yeah, man.
Remember what I told you when we were going into that situation? I was like, hey, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little nervous about this onside kick because the way that momentum was flowing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what's the thing that's going to break the momentum? And it's like, well, Vanderbilt did. They broke their own momentum. Like,
I mean, you could argue that's the biggest play of the year so far for us.
Yeah. We've had a lot of biggest plays of the year so far.
I don't know if close games. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I mean, listen,
dude. If they recover that kick, they're winning that game.
I think so. I think 100% opposite of last week.
Niblett's punt return last week was just like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about a momentum swing.
Yeah.
If they recover that kick, Pavi is winning that game.
I do believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe. Like I said, I believe
he has a chance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think
238 yards.
Colin Simmons puts that cape on. You remember Colin Simmons wasn't even on the field on the touchdown previous. The one that they scored right before that last onside kick. Colin Simmons wasn't on the field that play.
I thought he ran over the left tackle.
No,
that wasn't him.
I'm almost positive.
Okay. I have to go back and watch.
Fact check me. I'm almost positive that he wasn't on the field, and I understand why Sark didn't call a timeout to get him on the field.
Correct.
But I'm telling you, I'm almost positive Colin Simmons wasn't on the field on that fourth down.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
We are recapping number 20 Texas's 34-31 victory over number 9 Vanderbilt. I see Aggies in the comments. That's cute. We love that you watch our show. It's so sad for your existence. But that we're gaslighting a team that just barely squeaked out wins against bad teams and oh man, the little 8-4s from Snook are back.
You beat LSU.
Yeah. Find me your big win and don't tell me Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right.
Notre Dame and LSU.
Let's get to the special teams. Bowmeister didn't have his biggest game in a great way. He punted once for 25 yards, hitting them inside the 20. Did exactly what he needed to do. And Niblett didn't get a ton of opportunities today. Had a nice little 12-yarder. We were all like excited when he touched it. I couldn't believe they let him touch it.
We were standing right there.
I know.
And
I was like, come on.
Is he gonna field this?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is the guy that we were frustrated wouldn't field the balls at the start of the year. Now is like, let's go. But it's good. You want that. You want that confidence. And Shipley with I know he's going to be frustrated about another 50-something yard miss. He missed from 51, but he was 2 for 3 today. And if you guys have questions, comments, things you want us to get to, if you Aggies want to cry about stuff, go ahead. You can do that in the comments. But we'll start attacking those if y'all are ready. You guys got anything else before we get into it?
I do want to point out one thing that I absolutely love. This was probably my favorite sequence of the game. Right?
Oh yeah.
Going into the half, they have a 6-minute and 51-second touchdown drive. It was a great drive, to be honest. They left us with 11 seconds on the clock or whatever the case may be. So they go into the half down 14 instead of being down 21, and they get the ball coming out of the half. We always talk about that end of half, start half window, right? You want to end with the momentum, start with the momentum, and that can swing a game. They come out of the half with the ball, just haven't scored a touchdown the last time they were on the field, right? They steal a possession. Our defense makes them punt the football. They go 3 and out. They punt the football. Our offense takes that punt and goes on an 11-play, 93-yard touchdown answering drive. And that set the tone for much of what the second half was.
Gave us a 21-point lead.
Gave us put that lead right back to 21 points. When I tell you that is a back-breaking drive, that right there creates a level of frustration that is hard for a lot of people to understand, right? And so I want to salute. You talk about complimentary football. That is what complimentary football is.
That you took the words right out of my mouth. That is what I was going towards. Complimentary football. Being able to understand that when we're in a situation, whether offense or defense, whoever is up that particular unit, you have to answer in that moment, right? Because by answering in that moment, what it does is there's momentum shifts that are happening all throughout the game, right? Especially in college football, like being up 20-something points and now you're fighting for your life. That's college football, right? But what nails the coffin in momentum is when you have continuity football, whether it's, hey, defense gets a stop, we go 93 yards, or, hey, offense has a turnover, defense comes out here, has another turnover, gets the ball back, stops them on the 3 and out, get a special teams, and we're 7 points up. Like, we're all playing in unison together. That's how you kill momentum in those type of drives. And when you're playing a team like the number 9 team in the country, let's not forget that that's who we just played, right? For all of the people in the comments that are acting like Vanderbilt is like
they're trash. They're not trash.
It's nuts to me. Those type of moments are moments where I start to see this offense grow up. The offensive line grows up, understanding who they are, right, and how they need to move going forward. I need to see more of that, though, right? And one of the things, because my man AO ain't here, we got to talk about real quick is we got to do better on the penalties. We gotta do better on the penalties. We can't have that. And I understand some of these calls are a little wishy-washy, but at the end of the day, we got to, because those things can swing momentum as well.
We ended up with 9, I think.
Yeah, we had 9.
Which that's too many.
But before we get to those Knicks, I get a quick update on Ryan Wingo. Sark said in his post-game presser, in an emergency, I think he could have gone back in.
I mean, the way we saw him run back out, and he had a bandage on there and looked like he was ready to go. And I think they made a business decision. It's like, look, I think our guys can. Can handle it.
And our guys proved that
and they did.
Absolutely.
And our receivers have been kind of a maligned group from a lot of people, but they step up when they need to. It might not look like it does every year, but when they need to make some big plays, they've made some big plays.
Absolutely.
So let's see. From Zeke, refs had the betting line today. Absolutely trash. Missed all the holds on Simmons. I mean,
facts.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Well said.
when I seen that, some books had it 2.5, some books had it 3.5, and it magically landed on 3.
Just hovered right around where they thought it was.
Something is going on.
Anyway, from Big Hater. Win is a win. If any of the gents on the panel can answer, why was that a false start and not an offside/encroachment?
Sir, I cannot answer.
If
yeah.
we could answer that, we'd be on the crew.
This big hater.
Yeah.
Big hater. I'm also a big hater.
Yeah.
I hate the way that they called that. I hate the way that they let that go. I hate the way that they didn't call the penalties for us. I hate the way that they called that 2-point conversion. Big hater. I'm the biggest hater.
I love it. From Weekender for Life, what are our blood pressure monitors reading after this game, chat? I think they're reading about the same as they've been the last 2 games.
Yeah. At this point, having that lightheadedness feeling because your blood pressure is through the roof is the same thing that we've had the past 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
I think this one lulled us to sleep though. We were feeling pretty darn good. And
Yeah. Spike.
all of a sudden, it's just
Eat something we shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Those spike. Yeah.
exactly. From KJG 1017, Hills times 2. I like it.
Hey.
We got the Hills
Happening.
crew today. From SDG 123, I watch all of these, but don't think I've ever caught one live. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Right.
Welcome to the party.
Come on in. The water's
Welcome to the
fine.
party.
And shout outs to everybody listening on 1300 The Zone. We appreciate that. Shout outs to the crew and Cameron and everybody over there for airing this. From Julian DeBerry, the penalties at the end, we have to clean that up. It almost cost us. We should have at least put 3 points up that last time and took more time off the clock. Yeah,
I agree.
agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we didn't.
Absolutely.
We didn't do
Yeah.
what we needed to do at the end, but I think we did what we needed to do to win.
Absolutely.
Correct.
From Julian DeBerry again. Good to see Arch stack back-to-back games. Offense seems to be catching their rhythm. I don't know if I want to get too high on them though right now. Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
But they're starting to put some things on tape to show that what they can do.
Yeah, and I don't know if we would call it being high on them. I think what we're talking about is just the fact that we're seeing some offense. We're starting to see a little semblance of consistency. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that is something to get excited about.
Who said that? Who said that?
That was from
Julian?
Julian DeBerry.
Mr. DeBerry. Really quick. You don't get rich from buying stocks when they're at an all-time high. All right. You see this trend? You see what's happening? You see the end of the last game? You seen the full game here? You get 2 weeks to prepare for the next opponent? Mr. Julian, I would implore you, sir.
Yeah.
Buy in.
Buy in.
Buy in.
We never sold our Arch stock.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. I was begging for what I seen today, which was I can't wait to see what it looks like
When he has time.
if it's clean.
You invest in the growth potential.
That's
Mhm.
it.
And we saw growth
That's it.
potential in that kid.
You know,
In,
my-
in the
my-
post game presser, Sark said that Arch was cleared on Thursday, but they put him as questionable because they wanted to get the extra day to kind of see him handle Friday.
That's fair.
Wow.
That's it.
That's fair. That's why they pay him the big bucks.
Absolutely.
From Casey Taylor, $10 super chat. Thanks to you, Casey. We appreciate it. That goes directly in Derrick Joe's pocket, who volunteers to help us out. I got a feeling we're getting our offense figured out. That O-line had their best game yet. Defense got to finish, and let's not talk about those refs. We did.
Mhm.
We talked
We're
about
gonna
it.
talk about the refs, man. That was ridiculous.
I'll let everything slide except for that 2-point conversion.
No, not that Mosley. Not the Mosley.
Yeah.
The thing is like
Two-handed him.
everything that's a judgment call with anything can happen. Bodies are moving. I get it. You
I'm
missed
not giving
that
him
one.
that. I'm not
But
giving him that.
I just can't. Like, bro, you had the chance to make this right and chose not to.
I get that, but at the same time, when you have guys that are coming off the edge, and this is coming from a guy that played offensive lineman, when you know you're holding the guy and the guy got his hands up and he's being tackled to the ground, that's a momentum shifting play. You have to throw that flag. And when you don't, then at this particular time, if I knew that I could just grab face masks and sling helmets all over the place, I would have probably been a better blocker. Because I mean, there's no consequence, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that, like, I hear what you're saying, but like a lot of some of those holding calls are egregious, and you got to make those calls because that's just like a sack, right? It moves the play back, it stops the momentum. You're taking that away from us, and that's part of what a defense does.
Go back and watch the long Pavia touchdown run. Like, watch our guy just get body slammed. I mean, it's.
I'm not arguing with
I know,
you.
I get it. I get it.
I see what you're saying.
I get what
I'm
you're
more
saying.
so just
Yeah.
thinking like, I bet Vanderbilt is somewhere in a basement right now talking to each other about all of the calls that were missed for them.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? And so like
they're
on
wrong.
judgment, obviously.
Absolutely.
But on judgment calls, I'm like, I disagree with, you not calling X.
Yeah.
But it's not like you can go back, watch the tape and say, ooh, that was holding.
Correct.
But you could watch the tape on this 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
And you did.
And you should.
You did.
And you should.
Like,
You should be forced to watch that over and over again.
Really bothers me.
You know what bothered me is the Malik Muhammad getting thrown into the wall And then he gets up and pushes. Granted, he shouldn't have
They
reacted
always
like that.
catch the second
But
guy.
Always.
the ref was right there the whole time, watching the whole thing, and then said, "Okay, that's fine, but you're not."
No,
You're
he was too busy watching the non-holding Russian touchdown.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy work.
Shout out to Chris Bennett, CB. He said worst officiated game since 2015 Oklahoma State. Man, that guy is has more knowledge.
CB knows it.
He's a
CB's
beast.
the he's the UT encyclopedia.
Absolutely.
He for sure.
Everybody chill out. Y'all pissing Higgs off.
From Myth versus Craft, another super chat. Hook 'em, best Longhorn content by a mile. We appreciate that. Tony, you don't have to comment because you're on a couple shows. So, but we love everybody in On Texas Football too. So, let's see. From Benjamin Finley, y'all, this was corruption.
Hey, it had to be said.
Yeah.
It had to be said.
I don't hate it.
Hey, Benjamin, like I said, man, some books had the line at 2.5. Some books had the line at 3.5.
That's
And
It landed on 3.
That's interesting.
Like magic.
Yeah.
Jimmy the Gringo, damn Skippy Nick, crazy. I'm sure that was to my rant.
Yeah.
At that time. From Myth versus Craft, Myth versus Craft. It's a pleasure to listen to those who've been there and know the anti-Paul Feinbaum. I guess I'm the Paul Feinbaum then. Let's see. From Casey Taylor, Vandy ain't the same team of old. They are damn good. This is a huge dub. Texas fight, hook 'em.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep coming back to it. Listen, you don't play in the SEC and accidentally turn into the number 9 team in the country,
You don't.
especially 2 months into the season.
We-
That doesn't happen. So we just played and beat a really good football team. One of 2 teams in America that has beat 2 top 10 teams this season. Like, come on, guys.
Well, when
Come
you
on.
look at the SEC as a whole, man, like a lot of the times when you look at the records, take a Mississippi State, for example, their losses are a lot of situational football losses.
Yeah.
They're going to do what Mississippi State does, but you can be beat in this conference by anybody.
Mississippi State beat
Irregardless-
Arizona State, who's one of the top teams or was one of the top teams in the Big 12.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like you have to understand the conference that you're playing in. Like from top to bottom, anybody can be beat.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can be beat, irregardless of record. So, like, look, man, like to your point, we're still in a place offensively where we're trying to figure it out, and we're sitting at 7-2, 4-1, and
That's the part I'm like, listen, for 2 months we were hurt. We didn't have our starters. We didn't know. Every week we were rolling out a different front 5. Like there was so much that was getting worked through, and these guys were mature enough.
Yeah.
From just a team perspective,
Yeah.
One, to stick together,
Correct.
right?
Now listen to the
One,
noise.
like that's, you talk about leadership and just camaraderie from those guys.
Yeah.
And then 2, to work through it. And even though it has not been pretty,
Yeah.
what you have said is, man, they're looking a little better right there.
Yep.
I wish we could do this the whole game.
Yeah.
That actually looked really good. That's a great ball. Like, oh man, way to go through your progression. And then today, you seen it put together.
Correct.
And I refuse to leave today anything other than like really happy.
A top 10 win.
Absolutely.
A top 10 win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. From Texas Made, Wingo was balling. If he could do that consistently, Heisman winner. Yeah, we'll see, man. There's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And
He's an explosive player.
Yeah.
Jeez, 2 for 89.
I'll tell you like this, man. Like the thing about Wingo, y'all stood next to him.
Yeah.
He's
So
Big guy.
even if you get there, you gotta still bring him down.
Yeah, he's
to
a
move
big guy.
that quickly at that size. Woof.
It's crazy.
From Oscar, last one. Meet me at the back stare of Jester type win. If you know, you know. I like it. It's tough. This team's tough, and I'm so proud of watching this team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that can be improved. This isn't our prettiest of seasons,
No.
but we're right where we need to be.
You telling me that like this was the season that we were gonna have to have so many new pieces that we were gonna have to figure out the identity and figure out like what our formula is to win games, and in the middle of figuring all of that out, we would be 7-2 with our destiny directly in our control.
With 2 top 10 wins.
I'd take that.
We
Yeah,
got
I wonder how many
one more
spaces
comment.
the
One more
AP
comment just
drops
popped
us
in.
for this win.
Right.
Yeah.
Casey Taylor also just did a paid comment, and Florida's leading Georgia 10-7.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Well,
what I did just now, I looked up. Guess who Clark Lee's agent is?
Who?
Jimmy Sexton. Clark is going to get a raise this
Yeah.
year for sure.
Yeah.
He's a heck of a coach.
Yeah,
He's done a great job
he's a
at
great
that
coach.
program. Like
Great
it's impressive.
Man, he got those guys buying into everything he's selling, man. I was talking to one athlete that I trained for a number of years. We're good friends named Casey Hayward. And he played a long time in the NFL. He played corner for Vanderbilt. And, he was yapping before the game. And, his tone changed.
He's not disturbed now.
No, his tone changed. His tone changed. He's like, man, I hate that we running this zone. We've been running this all year. We can't get no pressure. I said, bro, you getting beat up in a phone booth. You see that offensive line?
Yeah.
They are punching you and you are not punching back,
Absolutely.
sir. He stopped texting me back. So, Casey, still love you, man. Hope to see you soon. Congratulations on the retirement. You had a hell of a career. Proud of you. And hook 'em.
1960 ball win, man. Power no puller.
Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks to everyone listening on 13 Under the Zone. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Jeremy Hills, Antonio's for joining us, Mark Higgins for all his hard work.
One thing before we go. You guys got honored today on the field.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give you a shout out here. The 2005 Rose Bowl National Championship team. So congratulations. Last time we
much love.
went and grabbed one of those, man. It was good. I seen all y'all old guys walk out on the field. Have y'all look like y'all ain't know what to do out there. Like y'all ain't never been out there before. You should have seen them, Shuley. They had their phones out. They looked like they were at Disney World.
Ricky, not the same stadium, man.
Ricky Brown said 80 some guys showed up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was great.
What a
those
turnout.
guys, man. I got to see hug and kiss on Mama Sally. See Coach Brown, saw Coach McQuarter, Coach Davis, Miss Chambers. It was good to see everybody and just kind of reminisce, man. Pick players that we haven't seen, their kids. It was great, man. I had a great time. Brought my kid with me.
Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it.
Shout out my nephew Tylen. What's up, baby?
And shout out Derrick Joe too for making all this happen. And we will next week, no game, so we got a week to rest, get healthy. We will still have some content coming out, and then we'll be back for the Georgia preview. So we appreciate everybody listening, and hook 'em.